So I got bodied by Krill, the Zamrock general in God Wars. Well, I didn't get bodied, I left, just because I didn't have enough gear to kill him with like a solo attempt. So I guess that's my new goal now. I also like could have brought more items and better gear and stuff that I already had, but my idea was to do a quest that has gear that makes things easier, potentially, and then I could try again on that. I also wasn't using like blood magic, so I have not done Song of Elves. It's a 6-year-old quest now. Obviously haven't done it. With like this quest chain's kind of been not fun. it's been a chore. It's been kind of interesting, especially like the elf parts, which I guess that's what it mostly is here. Anyways, my loose plan is to do Song of Elves today, or at least start it, because it's a very long quest. So with most quests that I like to do, I go for the items required. Like I spoil myself on that part because it's a pain in the ass and like lame to backtrack. So I'm okay with like when the quest has like the items like nearby or something, but like I want to avoid taking forever to go out somewhere and they're like, oh, you need this thing, and then not having that thing and then having to leave and go to the Grand Exchange. I'm good. I'll just have the item beforehand. I like kept my mortar stuff because I wasn't sure if it's going to be useful in the future, and it looks like it was. So all those. Yep, Edmund. Hey, how's it going? Not good at all, my friend. It's Elena. She's been taken. Taken by who? The Knights of Ardoin? Ardoin? They claim she was inciting rebellion against the king. Apparently she's been going around telling people the plague isn't real. Oh dear, this is a problem. Is there anything you can do to help us? It feels wrong to ask given what you've done for us before, but we're desperate. No. I'm sure this is all a misunderstanding. Let me try talking to the king. Thank you, friend. Good day, Lord. Hello, Freers. What can I do for you? I'm here to talk about Elena. Apparently she's been imprisoned. That she has. She was making some heinous accusations. That the plague is fake? Question mark? Exactly. Right. Oops. But that's not the point. As I've explained to you before, the plague is a necessary evil. We can't have her exposing the truth and risking everything. But King Tyrus is dead. What exactly are we risking? My brother may be dead, but the Dark Lord is still a threat. Until a threat is gone, the plague must remain. So you won't free Elena? No, I can't take any risks. No, I'm afraid I have business to attend to. You should be on your way. I see. I guess I should let her father know. Hello there. Have you spoken to the king yet? I have. And you won't be freeing her, I'm afraid. But why? I know all this plague business has got her a bit emotional, but can't you see that she's just upset? He said she was a threat to Ardoin? A threat, but she's no danger to anyone. Why does he think that way? Well, the thing is, what? Well, she's right, the plague is a lie. That's why the king had her in prison. He was afraid she'd expose the truth. The plague is a lie? What do you mean the plague is a lie? I guess I have some explaining to do. Hopefully I don't. Damn it. Well, it all started after I freed Elena from West Ardoin. As you can imagine, she was still keen on helping the plague victims and asking me to help her find a cure. We sent some samples to her old teacher, Gaidor in Varrock. He ran some tests and found out the plague isn't actually real. I confronted the king on this and he admitted it. But why? The king told me his brother, King Tyrus, was corrupted by the Dark Lord while exploring the lands to the west. As Tyrus was the king of West Ardoin, King Lathis decided to cordon the city off to keep the rest of the world safe. The plague was the excuse he gave for the quarantine. But that doesn't make any sense. Why not just tell the truth? Why lie to everyone and make up a plague? That doesn't seem... Something doesn't seem right about it at all. Well, you're right about that. Turns out King Lathis was lying about that as well, but I'll get to that in a minute. After confronting the king, he recruited me and tasked me with helping him stop Tyrus. He had me travel through the underground pass in the elven forest of Tyrwin, I think? Elves? I wasn't sure they even existed anymore. Well, Tyrwin is full of them. In fact, they're currently in the middle of a civil war. An elven civil war? I'm going to need a drink after all this, so what happened next? I met with an ally of King Lathis, an elf called Lord Iorth. He's the leader of one of the elven factions. With his help, I was successful in assassinating King Tyrus. With the job done, I returned back to Ardoin. However, on my way back, I was intercepted by an elf named Irinwin, the leader of the rebel elves opposing Lord Iorth. I don't think I'm saying any of their names right. He revealed the truth to me that King Lathis and Lord Iorth are in fact the evil ones. Together they intend to summon the Dark Lord. Just when I thought the story couldn't get any worse, the king is evil? Why? From what I can tell, King Lathis hated how his father split the kingdom, giving half to him and half to his brother. He wanted his brother dead from the start. Not only that, he wants to reclaim Camelot from King Arthur. Yeah, there's just like Camelot as like a part in this game, just like on this corner of the map. I think he's hoping that this Dark Lord will help him. All of this just because Lathis wants more land. What about Lord Iorth? What's in it for him? I think he wants to use the Dark Lord to defeat the rebel elves and end the civil war. Apparently it's been going on for hundreds of years. I see, it still doesn't explain why the plague was made up though. Well, since I learned the truth, I've been helping the rebel elves fight back against King Lathis and Lord Iorth. I recently discovered that Lord Iorth believes the secret to summoning the Dark Lord lie within the Temple of Light beneath Ardoin. The plague was made up to hide their mining operation beneath the city. All the mourners are actually Iorth elves in disguise, and the people who they claim have died of the plague are actually getting sent to the mines. Goodness me, Elena, what have you gotten yourself into? Thank you for telling me the truth, Fierce. I wish you told me sooner. If even half of what you say about King Lathis is true, then my daughter's in great danger and need to help her. Do you have something in mind? I do. They're holding Elena in the city prison beneath the castle. You need to disguise yourself as a knight of Ardoin, infiltrate the prison, find a way to free her. How do I get this disguise? Looks like I brought part of it already. So I look up like what items I need, but I don't know what they're for. So it's kind of interesting to see what they end up being used for. You'll need to get a steel plate body, some steel plate legs, and a steel full helm. The plume of the helm will need dyeing red, and you'll need a tabard for the plate body. My wife should be able to help you with the tabard. You'll have to check with her to see what she needs for it. Come back to me once you have everything, and we'll discuss what to do next. That's cool. Alright, where's this guy's wife? Oh, there she is. Edmund tells me you're helping Elena again. Thank you so much. It's not a problem. Do you think you can give me a hand with something? What do you need? I need to make a Knight of Ardoin tabard. Well, that shouldn't be too hard for me to do. Could you bring me some silk and some purple dye? Please? Did I not get that? Hello there, do you have any silk purple dye yet? I do. Yes. Here you go. You keep overing the silk, the purple dye. Here you go, 1 tabard. Gives you a Knight of Argdoin tabard. Look at that. Hopefully you don't get pickpocketed. Well, you definitely look the part. Those guards will be totally fruit. Now get yourself down to the prison and see if you can find a way to free Elena. You'll find it beneath the castle. Hey you! Who are you? I am, Tim. Tim? Yes, Tim. Huh. You don't look like much of a Tim. What are you doing here, Tim? I'm just here on guard duty. Very well, as you were, Tim. What do you want? Elena, it's me, Frears. Frears, what are you doing here? Rescuing you, of course. Your father told me you were here. Oh, thank goodness. It's awful in here. The smell from that mugger. What happened, Elena? Why did you end up here? Oh, it's quite the tale, but let's save it for until I'm out of here. What's your plan? I really don't have one. You don't have a plan, but aren't you meant to be an adventurer? How do you normally do this sort of thing? To be honest, I usually just make it up as I go along. Well, luckily for us, I have something in mind myself. There's an iron gate at the back of this cell. It looks like it leads into the sewers. If I had some sulfuric acid, or back to the chemistry again, I could melt through it and escape. Where do we get sulfuric acid? Thankfully, it's pretty much essential in my line of work. I have some at my home. It's opposite of my parents' house. They'll need to get it from my cabinet and bring it here. It's the thick, clear liquid. Okay, I'll be back soon. Okay, where is opposite of my parents' house? Oh wait, this has like an upstairs, right? I see. Bruh. What do you want? Oh, it's okay, Lee. It's just me again. Frears, thank goodness. How's it going? You show Elena the chemical you found. Is this what you needed? Yes, that's it. Hand it over, please. Yes. Here you go. Yo. Right, probably best you're not here while I escape. You should head back to my father. Well, we'll do. Good luck, Lena. I'll see you soon. Good news, Edmund. Elena is free. I know. She already came back to let us know. Thank you so much for your help. Where's she now? She had to go and tie and avoid recapture. She asked me to pass on the location, though. It's the Renison household in West Argdoin. Just like leave the city. What is she doing? Thanks, Evan. I'll go and see how she's doing. Oh yeah, just like I know where that's exactly it. Oh shit, Jesus. Freers. Elena, it's good to see you're safe. A and you, Freers. Thank you so much for helping to get me out of there. It's all our day's work. What's going on, Elena? Where are all these people here? Well, Freers, this is the Argdoin Resistance. The Argdoin Resistance? Yes, it all started when you told me the truth about the king. I realized it would take more than just us two to overthrow him, so I started to find allies for us. There's Carla. I see. When were you planning on telling me? Well, I knew you were busy infiltrating the Moors, so I didn't want to trouble you until you're all set up. We're just about there now, though. So is this how you ended up in that prison? It is. It happened while I was trying to gather more support for us. I was trying to convince some people of the truth behind the plague, but they didn't believe me. They reported me and I was arrested not long after. Well, you've clearly been quite busy. I've also made some progress since we last spoke. With the mourners, what did you find out? The Moors have been searching for a temple under West Ardoin. There's an altar there that they want to use to summon the Dark Lord. Doesn't sound good. Don't worry, I restored the city courts in the temple and they shouldn't be able to get in. That's good to hear. Do you think we're safe now? For now, but we can't rule out King Lathis and Lord Iorwerth finding another way. Well, we can't do anything about Lord Iorwerth. Your elf friends will have to sort him out. But if we get our way, Lathis might not be king for much longer. So what's your plan? You've met Counselor Halgrib before, right? He's been helping us put a plan together. Good day to see you, Freeze. Allow me to run you through what we have so far. So unluckily for us, the king has total control over the paladins and the knights of Ardoin. With them, he has a large army at his disposal, one we cannot hope to stand against. But you're the counselor. Can you do anything about that? The council serves the king, I'm afraid. We can't overrule his decisions, nor can we take power from him. What we can do, however, is step in if the king becomes unfit for rule. But the king is a traitor, surely that's enough reason. It is, but right now it's our word against his, and as you've already seen with Elena, he's keen to keep us silent. Before I was arrested, we'd hoped to gather enough support among the people to be able to peacefully remove the king from power. Sadly, we've not been able to convince many of them. It's no surprise, really. The king has created a clever lie with the plague, one that's easy for people to believe. Counselor Halgrib has come up with an alternative way to gather support. I can't pretend I totally approve of it, but it seems to be our only option. We need people to see the king for what he really is. They're clearly not going to believe us when it comes to the plague, so we have to resort to some dirtier tactics. When Elena told me how you freed her from the prison, it gave me an idea. With your disguise, you can appear to be working directly for the king. Any actions you perform in that disguise will seem like they were ordered by him. I see where this is going. If I upset people while dressed as a knight of Ardoin, they'll blame the king. And once they are upset, they'll be far more likely to believe what we have to say. You can probably see why I'm no fan now. If we remove the king, it should mark a new start for Ardoin, but But if that's all built on a lie, are we any better than the king himself? Sure, it's not good, but it might be our only option. I agree, I fear the danger of inaction could harm the people far more than a few small lies. You're right, it just makes me feel comfortable, all of this. So, friars, are you willing to help us? No. Excellent, let's get to work then. Wear your Knight of Ardoin disguise and use it to turn people against the king in East Ardoin. You'll want to build support in West Ardoin as well. Why don't you do it as well, but the knights aren't allowed here. You can use your mortar disguise instead though. As you turn people against the king, you'll be on hand to convince him of our cause. If we aim to recruit 80 people from across both parts, holy shit, we should be able to have quite the army. What sort of thing should I do? Anything upsets people really. I suspect some of the others will have a few suggestions for you. Just keep an eye out for suitable opportunities. So I have to be a rascal. I'm a rascal with no respects for knights. What? Age of the Guardians to increase hatred for the king. Increasing taxes will definitely cause some anger, especially if it seems the king is making a personal gain. No one likes the idea of the rich getting richer. Good thinking, that's the best way to spread that sort of news. You could target citizens themselves, but that would be slow going. I recommend going for shopkeepers instead. They'll impact more people in less time. Okay. Do you know any ways? We did have an idea. With the plague, lots of people are worried about their health. We could take advantage of that. There's not many doctors and nurses around here. We've got Nurse Sarah in West Ardoin, Dr. Orbo in East Ardoin. That's about it. Imagine if the king made a law stating that all doctors and nurses in Ardoin had to retrain. They'd be out of action for months. People wouldn't like that at all. Do you have any suggestions? I bet people would get pretty angry if they had their food taken away. You could burn the food stores in West Ardoin and claim it is to protect the people from the plague. Won't people be willing to accept that, though, if they think it's preventing... Well, yeah, whatever. Some will, but don't forget that it was the authorities that supplied the food in the first place. People will soon get angry if they think that not enough care is being taken with the food. I see, that does make sense. I wonder if I can do something similar to East Ardoin as well. Well, damn. That was it. I wonder how long this will take. I have some orders for you. The king is concerned about the plague spreading into East Ardoin. He has ordered that all doctors and nurses retrain to ensure that they are capable of dealing with the plague. I don't have time to retrain. The people here need me. Who will help them if I'm gone? I'm sure the king considered all that before making his decision. Well, he may be king, but he clearly doesn't have a clue about health. This could be disastrous for the city. That was 6 people, okay. Oh, it kind of tells me what I should do here. Where's the food at? Here, tell you back some new taxes. New taxes? What are you talking about? The plague isn't easy to contain. New funds are needed to help the effort, but I barely make any money here. I can't afford to pay new taxes. Sorry, but the king himself gave the order. The first payment is due soon. People won't allow this to continue. They're burning. We need that food. We believe the food is contaminated with the plague. This is for your own safety. We'll start without it though. You can't do this. I already have. I'll make sure everyone hears about this. another one. What do you think you're doing? The king was ordered us to burn the food. It could be contaminated with the plague, but the food is for the people. Without it, they will starve. Just doing my job. A lot of people are going to be angry about this. I'm here to tell you about taxes. Taxes? What do you mean? By order of the king, all establishments such as this not pay an extra beer tax. Beer tax? My patrons work hard for the city all day. For the city of Argdoin. They come here to unwind after a long day. This is plain disrespect to the work they do. It's also plain disrespect to defy the king's law, so you'd better be ready to pay up. We'll be back to collect soon. You haven't heard the last of this. I have some new orders. What are they about? The king is concerned about the plague spreading. He has ordered all doctors and nurses in the city to retrain to ensure they are capable of dealing with the plague. Retrain, but that will take months. Who will help the people if there's no doctors around? This is a foolish move. Well, the king's word is lost, so there's little point in arguing. Well, don't blame me when there's no one to help the king if he falls ill. I've come to talk about some new taxes. New taxes, castles that need repairs. Taxes are to help fund that. They've been ordered by the king himself. Ordered by the king, this is preposterous. We'll have to increase our prices. Afford this, people will be furious. Sorry, but rules are rules. The first payment is due soon, so make sure you're ready. I can't believe the king would do this. New taxes. Taxes on all market stalls. Order comes from the king himself. Well, I'll need to pick up my prices. A lot of people won't be happy about this. Probably not, but they'll just have to live with it. These taxes are needed for the good of the city. Someone will come to collect the tax from you soon. I wonder if that's all the market stalls. Now we gotta talk to all of them. This seems on par with this quest line, this quest chain. There's no trader here. You can't just say I'm too busy for a tax increase, but alright, we'll try that next time. No, I've come to the wrong place. be some combat. Alright. Welcome back, Freers, and good work out there. Thanks to you, we now have a force that can stand Alathus and his armies. Now comes the difficult part though. Before we move against the king, we need to deal with his allies, the mourners. How do we do that? We now significantly outnumber the mourners. We should be able to drive them out of the city. The main focus will be their headquarters. Without their leadership, they'll soon retreat. We have the numbers, but the mourners are better trained and better equipped. You should make sure you're ready before we begin. Oh wow. Foresight. There will be bloodshed on both sides. I don't like it, but I know it's the only way. I appreciate the concern though. Are you ready to begin? You are about to begin the Battle of Ardoin. 8 items left. At least it lets you prepare, I guess. I didn't think it would. I will send word around to make sure our people are prepared. Good luck, everyone. This is it. The plague of the West Ardoin has gone for long enough. Today is the day of the plague's end. Alright. Excellent work. I suspect the king might be getting a little worried now. We'll need to move fast. He's probably already planning his retaliation. He'll likely expect us to take some time to recuperate after that battle. We won't expect us to hit him right away. So let me guess. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Indeed, we hit the castle now. You feel you have a proper chance to prepare for us. Even if they're not prepared, the castle will still be well defended. Yes, but thanks to our victory in West Ardoin, some of the knights are starting to question their loyalties. I've taken advantage of this and made arrangements to ensure the gates are open to us. Make no mistake. It will still be a tough fight, but it's a fight we should be able to win. We can afford to take us a little bit of time to ensure everyone has resupplied, so feel free to come back later if you're not ready yet. Just don't take too long. I know when you're ready. You're about to begin the Battle of East Ardoin. Any items left in the battle, including upon death, will be lost. I'm ready. Never thought this day would come. We're finally gonna deal with that traitor once and for all. Let's show him what it means to cross people of Ardoin. Look who we found hiding in a wardrobe. So you're a coward as well as a traitor. What a pathetic excuse of a man you are. You call me traitor? I am your king. The traitors here are the ones standing before me. Give it a rest. It's over. We know the truth. And what truth might that be? That an enemy into our city covered up by lying to your people. And I'm sure you never do something like that. Don't think I didn't hear the last about the lies you spread about me. There's also your brother, murdered on your orders. You are aware that his killer stands with you, are you not? Fear of his innocentness, you manipulated them for your own gain. Oh, don't you go pretending you're innocent. They're nothing more than a mercenary. All they care about is the big pot of gold at the end. They betrayed me. Before long, they'll betray you as well. Liar. Well, enough. You're finished, Lathis. The people will decide your fate. I didn't expect them to be kind. I don't expect them to be kind. First, do you have any questions for the king before we take him away? I suspect you won't get another chance to ask them. Why help Lord Ironworth? My father, King Ulthus, once ruled over a united Kandrin. I was his eldest son. The kingdom was mine by birthright, but my fool of a father took that from me. When King Arthur and his knights arrived in our lands, my father granted them the castle of Camelot, ousting the loyal subjects that previously lived there. Not only that, but he also declared that the kingdom be jointly ruled by my brother and I, rather than giving it to me as he should have. When I ascended my half-throne, I promised myself that I would unite this kingdom again no matter the cost. That's why I made the deal with Lord Ironworth. In return for access to West Argdoin, he agreed to help me kill my brother and drive out King Arthur. Do you know what the Moors were doing? In West Argdoin, they were searching for some sort of temple. According to Lord Ironworth, the power there would be essential in summoning Zamorak, the Dark Lord. So you knowing allied with a group of Zamarokians? Of course I did. I prayed to Ceridon that he would help unite my kingdom again. He chose not to reply. I turned to the Dark Lord instead. With Zamorak at my side, nothing was standing between me and Camelot. Did I click this one? Why did you kill your brother? Last I checked, it was you. You know what I mean. My brother was never meant to rule. The kingdom was mine by birthright. My father chose to give him half the kingdom, and he did a terrible job ruling it. Have you seen West Argdoin? The city's a mess, and not because of the plague. That was my brother's doing. I may be a bad person, but make no mistake, my brother was no hero either. Take him away. Bring forth the condemned. Citizens Argdoin, before you stands King Lathis Ardignus, a traitor, a murderer, and a liar. He has been found guilty of numerous heinous crimes and will now face judgment for all of his sins. So this is it. After all this time, Lathis is finally going to pay for what he's done. It's like I should feel something, but I just feel empty. Lathis Ardignus, as decided by people of Argdoin, you are hereby sentenced to death. Do you have any final words? How dare you insult me like this? You can't kill me. I am the rightful king. Every person here is under my rule. The people have passed their judgment and you are no longer a king. Then you are all traitors and you will all pay with your lives. So be it. In the name of Zamorak, I curse you, each and every one of you. Is that gonna work though? So you finally decided to show your true colors. How disappointing. We should have killed both of them when we had the chance. Perhaps. You know, after you killed King Tyrus, I thought you might have some potential. Given time, he might have properly welcomed you into our ranks. You'd have been the first human among us. Well, I'm glad I've disappointed you. I don't want to work with murderers. No, you seem more than happy to kill King Tyrus when it suited you. Burnt him alive in the middle of his own camp, if I recall. Fierce is innocent. Lad, I told your friend here that King Tyrus was an invader in our lands. Last time I checked, that was the truth. Maybe, but you conveniently missed out the part where you're trying to summon the Dark Lord. I see you've been led astray. You think we are the evil ones, but our cause is the true one. You think we are murderers, but we are in fact saviors. You think you're the hero of the story, but you are not. You're mad. Let me deal with them, my lord. They've caused enough troubles. They may be some use to us. Lock them away for now. Give them time to think about their choices. That's enough, Lord Eoworth. Let them go. Brave of you come here, Aaron, but foolish, we have you outnumbered. Don't be so sure. We fight with the strength of 10 of your warriors. Perhaps, but I don't believe you're the type to throw lives away without need. Instead, why don't we discuss this like reasonable people? We don't have anything to discuss with you, you Zamorakian scum. Zamorakian, I don't really think we'd support that monster, do you? I'm afraid to say you're quite mistaken. Don't try to manipulate us with your lies. We all know your plot with King Lathis to summon the Dark Lord. Ah, that. Well, now the King is Lathis is dead. I suppose there's no better time to reveal the truth. It's just a ruse, I'm afraid. A lie we told King Lathis to get him out on our side. What are you talking about? We needed access to West Ardoin, so we needed the support of the King. Once we found out of his hidden worship to Zamorak, it seemed like an obvious lie to tell. I have no more love for Zamorak than you do. I've only ever served one god, the same as you, Serene. You're lying. You wanted us to use a temple of light to summon Zamorak. I can see why you think that, but you are mistaken. You're right to say that the temple is key to summoning God, but that god is not Zamorak, it's Serene. That's impossible. Serene is dead. I thought the same once. That was until I managed to break one of the seals within the Grand Library. That's how I discovered the truth. A part of Serene lives on, trapped within the Temple of Light. I don't believe you. A shame. You're better than this, Aaron. I hope in time you'll see that. What should we do with them, my lord? Let them go. Let it be known that Eoworth clan is not without mercy. Are you sure? Yes, but make no mistake. If you and your rebels interfere with their affairs again, I will not be so forgiving. I suggest you leave before I change my mind. This is a bad idea. Don't be so sure. They may not know it yet, but the rebels could be of great use to us. Sick. First, there you are. We thought it'd be best to let you rest for a bit after everything that happened. Thanks, everyone. I definitely needed it. And thank you for saving us back there. I don't know what we'd have done if you hadn't shown up. I suspect you wouldn't have been around to have this conversation. You played a dangerous game in Ardoin. I fear you may not have considered the outcome of that. People are dying here when we couldn't do nothing. Of course not, but we have no idea how Lord Eoworth will respond to this. The things he said when we freed you, they were concerning. You can say that again. What do you think he meant by all of it? I'm not sure, but something that we should discuss with the others. Could you do me a favor and fetch... He's probably on the upper platform. You should bring your friend Elena as well. I'm not sure where she is though. You might know. Thanks. I am. What of a human? Aaron has called a meeting. He asked me to come fetch you. I see, so now I'm meant to follow the orders of a human. It wasn't an order. Make no mistake, human. You may have Aaron and the others fooled, but I know what you... whatever. I don't know what you mean. Claim to need your help, but everywhere you go, you leave a trail of bodies behind. That's true. Anyways, I'll count this meeting. I'm no place to deny Aaron. Just stay out of my way from here on out. Fine, quit being a dick though. The other human, I think she's by the pond in the southwest. I'm eating right now. What drives you? I care about helping people. So even if you knew you'd get nothing out of it yourself, you'd still continue to help these elves. Well, a reward's always nice, but yes. It's always nice to be rewarded. It's good to know that it doesn't always matter to you, though. I suspect not many people will feel that way. Well, I'm not like other people. I'm not like the other guy. Clearly. Thank you for answering. I realize it's a pretty pointless question. I was curious to know how you felt, though. Well, I've rambled. Was there anything you needed? There's a meeting he'd like you to attend. Better head over there. Thanks for the talkies. Right now, we're all here. Let's get started. So I'm sure you all have heard King Lathis of Ardoin is dead. He was overthrown by his subjects and executed soon afterward. That's not all though. The Moras of West Ardoin have been driven out of the city. Lord Ileworth no longer has any presence in Ardoin. Let's not ignore the obvious. I'm blah blah blahing. But surely this is a good thing. With Ardoin lost to him, Lord Ileworth no longer has access to Temple of Light. Without that, he has no way to summon the Dark Lord. Temple was already secure. All this uprising achieved to anger the enemy. You say that like it's a bad thing. Last time I checked, you didn't care about upsetting our foe. I care about keeping our people alive. And what about our people? While you sat here in your secure little village, we took action. We saved lives, but I guess you're too selfish to care about us. Selfish? How dare you know nothing of the plight of the Elves, girl? You do well to keep your mouth shut. That's enough. You can debate what's happened for days. Hopefully you get to kill that guy for days and still reach no conclusion. That is not why I called you here. Instead, we need to plan what happens next. Now, while freeing Sinaleda from the Ileworth camp, we were confronted by Lord Ileworth. He could have killed us all by now, but he has let us go. He let you go? Why? His reasoning was disturbing. For a long time now, we believe the Lord Ileworth has been trying to summon Zamorak. However, he claimed otherwise. But if not Zamorak, then who? Serene? Siren, that's impossible. Siren is gone. I don't know if it's Serene or Siren. I'm assuming Siren. He seems to think otherwise. He claimed that part of Siren still lives, trapped within Temple of Light. Apparently he discovered this by breaking one of the 9 seals within the Grand Library. That's impossible. He must be lying. Sorry, I don't understand what you mean by all this. Who's Siren? What library? Siren was our goddess, our guardian, our teacher. Everything we have, we owe to her. She helped us build the great city Profundus, a place where all elves could live in harmony. At the end of the God Wars, the gods are banished from this world. Siren didn't want to leave us, though. She couldn't. She shattered herself in thousands of crystals. Those crystals are all we have left of her now. I see. I'm sorry to hear that. So, Grand Library is a great archive of knowledge beneath Profundus. Pretty much everything there was open to all elvenkind. There was an exception to that, though. In the 9 seals of Siren, this seal guarded the forbidden knowledge, which only Siren herself could access. And Lord Ileworth managed to break one of these seals. So he claims. There's no way we can check? No, Profundus was lost to us when Lord Ileworth took control of the city. My grandfather backstory and led an army to try to stop him. When that failed, backstory and the others clan elders made one final ditch attempt to save Profundus. They sang the song of inversion to revert the entire city to a crystal seed. The plan worked and the city was lost to Lord Ileworth. However, it was lost to the rest of us, so well, the Grand Library with it. What happened to backstory? While he's fighting Lord Ileworth, invaders took control of our kingdom to the east. They kidnapped Glariel, backstorian's wife. Unable to find her, he sold himself beneath the waterfall where they lived, never to be seen again. Backstorian was the king of Elves back then. Do you think he had access to forbidden knowledge? It's not impossible. If anyone, it would have been him. Backstorian was closer to Siren than any other elf. It's one of the reasons he was chosen to become a king. Baxterian's gone though, even if we knew something, he can't help us now. Don't be so sure. I never knew my grandfather, but my mother always told me that he wasn't the type for taking chances. If he knew something important, he would have made sure it wouldn't have been lost with him. You can't possibly make a plan without knowing Lord Iorwerth's intent. While unlikely to be true, this stuff about the library is all we have to go on. If Backstorian left behind anything that could help us, we should try to find it. Backstorian kept everything of importance to him at his home within Backstorian Falls. If we were to find anything, it's probably there. First, you've been in Backstorian Falls. You're the best person to take the lead on this. Let go of your pride. Freers has proven his worth to us. I'd like to come to you on this, Freers. It might be useful to have an elf with you. Sounds good to me. Before death, my mother passed down a book to me. It was written by my grandfather for his wife. You should take it with you. It might contain something of use. Thank you. While we're gone, the rest of you should focus on Lord Iorwerth. See if you can get any idea on what he's planning to do with Argdoin. Now that he's lost Argdoin. We always are. Good luck to both of you. And you, let's get started. Notice there's like new chat heads. Thank you for agreeing to help us. We owe you a lot to you, even if some of us don't show up very well. He's a bit rude. Try not to be too judgmental. Ysgwyn's husband was killed by Islet, one of Lord Iorwerth's henchmen. He's never really been the same since. I've met Isil. He was the one in charge of mourners in West Argdoin. He's a nasty piece of work. If you try hard enough, you can find something redeemable about most elves, even those that serve Lord Iorwerth. But Isil, he seems to take joy in suffering others, especially those unable to defend themselves. Will you be okay getting there on your own? Explore your lands, but I should be fine. I just have a few things I need to gather before I depart. Well, in that case, I'll meet you there. Damn it. It's definitely pretty cool, like how the game ties together within itself. Like we're going back to like over 20-year-old area. Shit. I think there's a key over here. Hello there, glad to see you made it here okay. You as well, Aaron. I must say, it feels strange to be back here, especially after all this time. You've been here before? A long time ago, I was one of the Elves born in Backstorian's New Kingdom. My family were close relatives. Yeah, I can't talk. My family were close relations of Backstorian. He invited us here a few times. Those were simpler times, happier times. After Backstorian left and tried to take Profundus, my parents were among those who joined him. They never returned. I was still just a child at the time, alone and afraid. Sorry to hear that. This war has taken so much from my people and from yours. I'd give anything to see peace, anything to finally see Profundus with my own eyes. Same. There's like magic trees I want to cut there, and I was like cutting magic trees for the longest time around like the Corinne magic trees. Let's just say I had to mute chat like multiple times. Sorry, now's not the time for this. We need to see if Backstorian's left anything of use behind. Here's the book. Hopefully it has something of use in it. Gives the book. Good lord. I'll crack on it. So I was like supposed to just like, oh, I need to go back and get all these items that is like cryptic in here. Hopefully the flower works. Hopefully I didn't waste it. Fine grown. Okay, nature rune. I think this is the flower. Black knife. Wine of Zamrock. Adamant chain. Cabbage. Did I do it wrong? Okay, yeah, so I have to re-fucking get all those, because they did just waste my time. I am next to the 5th. I'm guessing the order you place them is based off of just like when they're in this book, when they show in this book here. So nature runes 1, Urut leaves 2, knives 3, etc, etc. Opposite, so does that mean like the corner? So here is opposite of 6. I'm assuming this is the opposite, not this. I am not next to the first. Not the second. Guess this would be 5. I am not opposite of the third. I am the 4th. Oh god. Uh... God, that's confusing. What's strange is they've established that they're 6th, 5th, and 4th over here, but this is saying I'm not next to the first. Could be because this is the first. I wonder if that's it. I'm gonna check without wasting my items. Oh, interesting. You have to figure it out. Interesting. Okay. Since it's randomized, so I can't just look it up and confirm it. One is Nature Rune. Two is Flowers or Ear Leaf. Three is Black Knife. Four is the Amarok Wine. Five is Chain Body. Alright, that should be it. Oh yeah, I'm gaming. Who are you? I.O. Who are you? I'm Fierce and this is Aaron Wynn. Arian Wynn, I remember that name. You grew up in my kingdom. I'm sorry about your family. Don't be, your majesty. I appreciate your sentiment, please. I'm no king anymore. Now I must ask Gloria, is there any news? I'm sorry, but she's gone. I see. It was always a lot of hope for her. She not right there? If it's any consolation, Fierce moved her remains here to be closer to you. Oh. That means a lot, thank you. It's good to see that some humans still see elves as friends. If you need time. No, I feel I've spent long enough here. Then I can take you back to Leda. Your grandson Islin is there. Grandson? So Elris had child? Does she still live as well? I'm afraid not, I'm sorry. No father should outlive their child. Forgive me, Errorless. Please let us leave now. There is too much sadness for me here, too much pain. Once we arrive, you must tell me everything that's happened in my absence. That's a lot. Very well, tow us back to Lelede. You'll have to make your own way back there, I'm afraid, Fierce, cause fuck you. No problem, see you soon. Good to see you, Fierce. You should speak to Aaron when you're ready. Welcome back. While you're gone, I filled backstory on everything that has happened. I also took the liberty of calling the others here so that we can discuss our next move. You also missed out on Elsewhere getting to meet his grandfather for her first time. I think we might have cried a little. Cried in your dreams, Ned. I appreciate we're all happy to have backstory back from us, but let's not get distracted. Right, over here to you, backstorian. Thank you, everyone. I forgive me. It's been a long time since I chaired a meeting like this. Much has changed since then as well. Take your time. Aaron has informed me of Lord Earwar's revelation. Do you believe his claim? About Saren? No. As for him breaking his seal in the Grand Library, I do not know. You don't know? What do you mean you don't know? I know not what the seals hide. What I do know is that they could in theory be broken. I was lucky enough to be trusted by Saren. She confided me many things. She never told me what knowledge the seals guard, but she did tell me that they could be destroyed. How? I don't know exactly. She said that those who follow the light would be able to access her knowledge. That's it? This gives us nothing to go on. Not nothing. We now know that the seals can be destroyed, which means Lord Ironworth could have spoken the truth. But without access to the Grand Library, we have no way to be sure. Well, we might still have a way. A way to access the library? Yes. Fitness may have been reverted to seed, but it does still exist. You're not suggesting we restore the city, are you? Even if we could, Lord Iorwerth would instantly take it. No. While Lord Iorwerth is at large, Profindus must remain as it is. However, there may be a way to still enter the city. You don't mean entering the crystal, do you? That's not possible. Actually, I think it could be possible. The crystal seed that contains Profindus is not the same as the seeds we use to form weapons and armor. The seed contains Profindus, but the seed itself is not the city. So it's like a bog. Exactly, and we can enter the bogs. We can enter Profindus. That's the idea. It won't be straightforward though. Is it ever? We will need a special potion to be able to safely enter the crystal seed. We'll also need to be able to bypass the defenses around it as well. A potion sounds like my area of expertise. Perfect. Elena, if you could help create this potion, that would be greatly appreciated. The rest of us can work on those defenses. Right. First, meet me by the pond. I could use your help with this. Yappin'. Hey First, glad everything went okay. Thanks, saying exciting happened. Nope, all nice and quiet for a change. Good to hear, because I wasn't here. Backstory is an interesting one, isn't he? He does seem a bit lost. Exactly. Reminds me of a story my father once told me, a story of a broken man. What was the story? There's not time for stories. A long time ago, there were two brothers living in Avaraka. They lived a simple life farming the land and selling the produce to the people in the city. Then, when war came to the city, the king ordered that every able-bodied man take up arms against the enemy. The two brothers had to leave their home behind to fight for the king they've never met. Like everyone else, they're given basic weapons and basic training, enough to give them a chance but not a big one. When the fighting started, they were poorly equipped and poorly prepared. They fought in many battles in strange places against strange people. As the war dragged on, they saw more and more horrors from both sides. The only thing that kept them going was each other. As the war drew to a close, they were called to one final battle. The enemy knew they were losing. They fought more ferociously than ever before. That was where it happened. One of the brothers was cut off and surrounded. He tried to fight back but didn't stand a chance. Eventually the fighting stopped and the war was over. The other brother could finally go home, but the truth is he had nothing to go home to. It wasn't the farm that mattered, not really. The thing that mattered to him was gone. In a way, he died back on the battlefield alongside his brother. Left in his place was just a broken man with nothing left to live for. Jesus. You think the historians like this broken man? He lost his wife, his people, and his kingdom. Now he's in a strange place surrounded by strange people helping to fight a war he lost a long time ago. Maybe he's not totally lost. He still has Island, and we can still turn this war around. Maybe, I guess only time will tell. Right, shall we get started with the potions? What do we need? Backstorian gave me the details. To start with, we need an Elder Canantine herb. We should be able to grow one with Mineral Canteen seed. We just need to prepare the patch a little differently. Elves has said we can use this farming patch here. While I prepare the patch, could you go and fetch a Cannon seed and seed dibber? Why did she need my help? Hey, first, you have the seed yet? I have one here. Great! The patch is all prepared, so just plant it when you're ready. I'll keep an eye on it. You should check in with Aaron Backstorian. Why did she need my help though? Can she not garden? Hello Fierce, how's the potion going? We planted the herb we need, now we have to wait for it to grow. Is there something I can do in the meantime? I suspect there is. Myself and Backstory have been looking over how we can get past the defenses around the crystal seed. What defenses are there? The crystal seed containing Profundus, it lies in the middle of the clearing where the city once stood. The only thing left of the city itself are the walls. These are no ordinary walls, though. Long ago they were reinforced by various enchantments to protect Profundus during the God Wars. Profundus gone, Lord Iorth has claimed the land where it once was. He's managed to manipulate the defenses to only allow his allies to enter, so we get past them. Unlike Iorth, while the Iorth clan may hold some magical knowledge, they are not mystics. I have no doubt that their work was crude at best, work that a true master of the magical arts could overcome. I see. Where do we find a true master of magical arts? There are 8 separate elven clans that journeyed with Sir into this world. Those 8 clans still exist today, with each elf born into one of them. You'll have already heard of some of the clans. The Iorth clan is known to you, the Traitors clan of assassins and slayers. The Kadarn clan, of course, the Warrior clan, which myself and Erwin are part of. The other clans you might be less familiar with. However, one of these clans is key here, the Amlod clan, the clan of mystics. It was the Amlod clan that created Profundus defenses. Their clan should have knowledge needed to overcome them, and of all the Amlod clan, none no more than Lord Eowyn Amlod himself. Where do I find him? To prevent us to see, the clan elders went into hiding before we parted ways. The others did leave me with some clues on how to find them. Lord Amlod may be our priority, but the other elders could be great help in our fight against Lord Iorth. We should try and find them all. I've managed to decipher the clues left behind by Lord Amlod. We should be able to use them. I've also started work on the other clues. Apart from Lord Amlod, I've only been able to decipher Lady Turin's clues so far. I'll keep working on the others though. Fierce, myself, and Backstory will continue to work on deciphering these clues. While we do, it would be great help if you could find Lord Amlod and Lady Traherin for us. How do I find Lady Traherin? Clue she left behind. I will journey south from the wall. Clan of Smith and Miners. It's possible that you'll need to use your smithing and mining skills to find them. How do I find the other one? Here's a clue left behind. The Elven Crystal leads you to me. I see. Amlod clan is a clan of mystics. Some sort of magic may be key to finding Lord Amlod. You might also find this of use. Lord Amlod gave it to me before we went our separate ways. Gave me a crystal seed. Well, shit.